Hello gorgeous peeps, this is Chris from TechSpert, and today I'm here with one of Oppo's most affordable smartphones to hit the UK, the A9 2020. That's right, 2020 already. What happened to the last 2 months? Did I just pass out drunk and then wake up in January? Probably, wouldn't be the first time it's happened. Now this bad boy will cost you just £219 here in the UK. You can grab it from Carphone Warehouse or on contract from EE, and despite that low asking price, it boasts a quad lens rear camera, a mighty 5000 mAh battery and a spacious 6.5-inch HD display. So I've only just recently done the full review of the Moto G8 Plus, and this certainly seems to be a very strong rival indeed. So I'm going to give you a quick unboxing of the Oppo A9 2020, and then we're going to take a full tour of the hardware, the software, the camera tech, everything you need to know about this bad boy ahead of my in-depth review, which will be coming very soon. And for more on the latest greatest mobile tech, please do subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers. Right, so first up, of course, you get a bit of manual action, and as well as that, you also get, of course, PubG pin device to actually get your SIM in the little bleeder, and a lovely bit of rubber bumper action. And as usual, it is a condom case, as I like to term them. Basically looks like a prophylactic for your smartphone, but it will keep it at least scuff and scratch free until you can actually afford to buy yourself a decent case. There's the actual phone itself. Let's just push that aside for now. Check out what you get in the rest of the box first. And that would be pretty much what you'd imagine. You get a lovely bit of 3-pin plug action, nice and white, very good stuff. Type-C USB, good goods. And you even get, as an extra little bonus, a pair of in-ear headphones, huzzah! And as you can see there, it is actually a 3.5mm jack, and that's because you do get a 3.5mm headphone port here on the Oppo A9 2020. Love it! Of course, I'd probably only use these in dire emergencies if my Bluetooth headset ran out of juice or something like that. So they tend to be not amazing quality, and of course a little bit scratchy on the old ear hole. So that right there is everything you get in the Oppo A9 2020 box. And let's check out the actual handset itself. You can grab the phone in a couple of different hues, either space purple or marine green. As you can see, this is the space purple version. Sounds quite nifty, sounds like a new anime series or something like that. But as you can see there, it's basically just your typical sort of bluey purple colour, which has been highly popular with smartphones this past sort of year or so, popularised by the likes of Huawei and Honor. And as you can see there, the A9 2020 sports an attractive sort of S-curve illumination as it catches the light, just to give it a little bit of extra character. Now the official Oppo spec sheet doesn't tell you exactly what the Oppo A9 2020 is constructed from, but I'm guessing it's your basic polycarbonate effort. As you can see there, starting to scuff up quite a bit already as I'm touching it, but it's not too bad. It's relatively well masked by the design, so hopefully you won't have to give it too much of a buffing every 5 seconds or so to remove all that oily, smeary stuff. 195 grams, it's certainly one of the heftier budget handsets that I've fondled in recent times. As you can see there, it's actually got a rear-mounted fingerprint sensor, quite a narrow little affair. There's your triple lens camera on the back. We'll explore that more in a bit once we've got the phone all set up. You got your volume buttons down that side, your power button over on this edge, and then of course down below you got your Type-C USB and your headphone jack. Great stuff. And it looks like we've already got some energy in there, so we'll take a proper full-on tour of the rest of the hardware and the software as well. Right, so most of the way through the setup process now, just logged in with my Google account, added the Wi-Fi, all the usual shenanigans, and now it's time to enroll your facial information because you get full face unlock here on the Oppo A9 2020. So let's just hit continue and get my face enrolled, nice and colourful and super nippy. That was crazy fast. And then of course add a fingerprint for your bit of fingerprint unlock action as well. And then there we have it. We are ready to dive straight on into the Oppo A9 2020. So as you can see there, uses ColorOS 6, just slapped on top of Android Pie. And wow, there's something seriously dodgy going on with that wallpaper aspect ratio. I'm gonna have to play around with that. So the screen here on the Oppo A9 2020 is a 6.5-inch IPS panel. As you can see there, mostly fills the front of the smartphone. Got a little bit of nipple notch action up top, but it's actually very, very subtle. Barely intrudes at all on that display. And unfortunately, unlike the Moto G8 Plus, you don't get a full HD Plus display here on the Oppo A9 2020. What you get is HD Plus, that's 1600 by 720. Still reasonably crisp when you're just watching a bit of YouTube, things like that, but you can only play in 720p, not the full 1080p, and it's not quite as pin sharp as some of those rivals out there. It's one of the few areas where the specs do disappoint a little bit though, and as I say, it's still absolutely fine just for kicking back with a bit of TV or whatever. It's not exactly, you know, super grainy or anything like that, so it'll do the job. And in better news, you do actually get a stereo speaker setup here on the Oppo A9 2020, just like the Moto G8 Plus. If I just boost up the volume.
It's just like a sleepover. We should order pizza. Big customers.
So it's pretty powerful on that top volume, a little bit echoey, I've got to say. The clarity isn't, 100% perfect, but certainly, again, be absolutely fine just for kicking back with a bit of video action. Of course, you've got that headphone jack, which is great if you want to plug in a wide pair of headphones. You've got full Bluetooth 5 support, and you actually got full support for the likes of Dolby Atmos and high-res audio on there as well, which is quite impressive. And it's certainly a bright and punchy panel as well, and you've got a little bit of customization that you can do if you dive into the display settings. As you can see there, you can change the color temperature basically, and you've got the usual night shield and everything on there as well. But yeah, sort of limited in how much you can customize the actual display itself. I might as well stay in that settings menu, because of course Oppo A9 2020, as I said before, has got Android Pie slapped on there, but the ColorOS launcher sits neatly on top of that. Just adds a whole bunch of bonus features, such as, for instance, the facial recognition, which we might as well test out now actually. So as you can see, if you dive into the face recognition feature settings menu, you can choose to unlock the phone directly with your face, so you don't have to swipe up once it recognizes you. You can of course set extra security measures, such as closed eyes will fail the general recognition. If we just dive off in here, press power down, right, let's give this a go. Turn it on, and yeah, there we go. Despite the fact that I've got quite bright lights right behind me, still managed to recognize me all right, and it's sort of reasonably nippy for a budget blower, not bad at all. And of course, you've got that rear-mounted fingerprint sensor to fall back on as well, so just give that a quick tap, and boom, straight into your desktops. Quick tap, yeah, nice, liking that nippy action. And of course, loads of other bonus features as well. So for instance, dive into the convenience aid, you can play around with the navigation method. So I actually quite like doing the swipe gestures from both sides. So kind of similar to Android 10, if you want to go back at any point, just swipe from the side, like so. Took a little while to get going there. Hopefully that was just a one-off. Yeah, that seems a bit better. And then the usual swipe up to reach your recent apps, etc, etc. And you've got all the other stuff you'd expect, the likes of digital well-being, parental controls, very handy if you're going to be giving your phone to a nipper to keep them occupied in the back of your car, whatever. Good bit of game space as well. So let's dive on into the performance. It's a Snapdragon 665 running the show here on the Oppo A9 2020, backed by 4 gigs of RAM. You can get it with 8 gigs in some regions, but here in the UK it's just the 4 gig model, I believe, that's coming here. So far, touch wood, ColorOS seems to be running in a pleasingly nippy fashion. Oh my god, so many terms and conditions. So yeah, touch wood, it'll do the job. And certainly on the Moto G8 Plus, that also ran Snapdragon 665 backed by 4 gigs RAM. And the likes of PubG Mobile played absolutely fine, albeit on those low detail settings. So I'm expecting a similar sort of result here from the Oppo A9 2020. And to be fair, for a £220 smartphone, that'll do the job. And then you do, of course, have that game space feature as well, which can give your performance a little bit of a boost, which is definitely a good thing to have on these sort of more budgety handsets, which just adds all kinds of extra features like the block notifications and everything, and a bit of screen record and everything as well. So I'll definitely be testing all that out for my full in-depth Oppo A9 2020 review. And then of course, one of the more thrilling features here on the Oppo A9 2020 is the fact that you got that 5000 milliamp battery stuffed inside as well. Haven't played with many budget handsets with that size of battery, the Moto G7 Power of course being the obvious one that jumps to mind. But yeah, this is beaten by very few other smartphones like the Asus ROG Phone 2, which obviously costs a lot more than this Oppo handset. You've got the usual power saving modes and everything on there as well. Hopefully it should do you a day and a half to 2 days between charges, but again, stay tuned for my in-depth review and I'll tell you exactly what I think of it. Oh, and before I forget, you can actually do reverse charging with this bad boy as well. Just stick a cable in it, stick a cable in another device that you want to power up, and you can actually use that 5000 milliamp battery to keep you powered up with something else on the go, which is great stuff. So it basically doubles as a power bank. How cool is that? Right, so I'm just going to get my SIM card slapped inside the Oppo A9 2020 so I can give it a full review as my personal handset. As you can see there, it has 3 slots. So you can slap a couple of SIM cards in there. It also supports micro SD memory cards of up to 256 gigs just to boost the 128 gigs of storage that you get built in. Oh, just give it a bit of a jiggle. There we go. Now before I bugger off from much needed whiskey, let's just have a run through that triple lens rear camera tech. So what you get is a 48 megapixel primary lens, pretty standard even for a budget handset these days. The Moto G8 Plus also sported one. It's an f1.8 aperture. And that's backed by an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle lens and a 2 megapixel depth sensor. And you also get a 2 megapixel monochrome lens on there as well. It's definitely a pretty impressive setup for a budget handset. 4 lenses for the price of, well, not quite 4. If we dive on into Oppo's camera app, it's exactly the same as recent Oppo phones that I've reviewed. Basically straight into your auto mode, nice and straightforward. If you want to dive into that wide angle lens at any point, just a quick tap up here will bring it up. As you can see there, offers a much wider angle view of the world. You can jump into your video mode nice and quick and easy. Let's see what resolution it tops out at. I believe it shoots up to 4K resolution. And yes, indeedy, you can shoot it up to 4K. It doesn't look like there's any option for 60 FPS, unfortunately. You've also got your portrait mode shenanigans, of course, making full use of that 2 megapixel depth sensor. So that'll just keep your subject nice and crisp and blur out everything behind them with a nice bokeh style effect. And a little tappy tap of this little jobby here, and you open up the other bonus camera modes. Very few, but you know what? It's all about quality over quantity. The night mode is actually pretty good on these Oppo handsets. Takes lots of different exposure shots, matches them together, and just gives you a more balanced result. And you've also, as you can see here, got full expert mode, basically all of your pro controls you can play around with, as you can see there. The likes of the white balance, the autofocus levels, all kinds of shenanigans to get a very precise kind of shot if the auto mode just ain't doing it for you. Then a quick tap here and we'll flick to the 16 megapixel selfie camera. There I am in my haggard glory. And of course you've got the usual portrait mode shenanigans, photo mode, video you can shoot at up to full HD, I believe. Let's just double check that so I'm not talking utter crap. Yep, 1080p. For some reason it defaults to 720p, but there you go. You can bump it up to good old full HD if you like for all of your vlogging needs. And if this kind of thing amuses you, then frankly there's no help for you. But there is a AR mode where you can add all kinds of funky, weird. Oh god, I mean, what even is that? Look, I'm a king. I'm king of the world. King of the assholes, more like. There's that. So there you have it. That is the Oppo A9 2020. Tell you what, that looks like pretty sterling value for money right there. Definitely a strong rival to the likes of the Moto G8 Plus. So are you tempted to buy it? Definitely let us know in the comments down below. As I say, you can grab it here in the UK from the likes of Coffin Warehouse and £219. Bob's your uncle. For more on the latest greatest mobile tech, please do poke subscribe and dig that notifications bell, and have yourselves a lovely week, people. Love you.